This conference will now be recorded.
Hey, everybody. This is Dr. Doug Smith. It is Tuesday at 2:30, time for our Monday through Thursday 2:30 podcast. This is a podcast where you'll hear the science behind what actually happened to uh, uh, people, possibly yourself, in this opioid crisis. Um, and Alex and I are here not only get you the podcast, but we're working hard to get the FDA submission done. Why does the FDA submission matter so much? Because you cannot apply for a treatment IND, treatment investigational new drug. You cannot apply for a treatment IND unless you have a current phase 2 or phase 3 clinical trial approved and operational with the FDA. You don't even have to be operational, just approved. Take off the word operational. So that's why this FDA submission matters so much, because once we have the FDA submission approved, we can immediately begin the process of demanding the treatment IND. The treatment IND is 16 milligrams a day of buprenorphine. That's the treatment IND. Okay, the treatment IND is 16 milligrams of buprenorphine a day, delivered to your house and done through telemedicine. That's the treatment IND, and at no charge. Okay, people didn't genetically damage themselves. The pharmaceutical industry damaged the people. Why should they have to pay out of pocket? Why should they have to pay for medical care? Why should they have to pay for buprenorphine? And that's what the treatment IND addresses. It's really the first step towards getting the wheels back on the bus, and it's the first step towards a sense of justice for what's been done to millions of people. And it's something that we've dedicated ourselves to. We're the only ones working on it. Treatment IND, treatment investigational new drug. In order to do that, look at the IND, investigational new drug. Now, investigational new drug can be one of two things. It can be a new drug that's never been used before, or it can be an old drug for a new indication. And that's what we are. We're an old drug for a new indication. The indication is the sickness. Okay, and we understand the sickness is a loss of control of the nerves that oversee the organs and organ systems, what's called autonomic dysfunction, dysfunction in the autonomic, not automatic, autonomic nervous system. There are two branches: fight or flight, or rest and digest. Stop and think for a minute about the symptoms you had. Okay, they were fight or flight or rest and digest. Okay, your eyes watered, your nose ran. That's because you lost control of the mucosal glands that keep your eye and nose moist while you sleep. Most of you had uncontrollable yawning. Okay, that's a loss of control of that system. You lost control of your bowels. You didn't know if you were going to pass gas or pass stool. Okay, you lost control of your bowels. Okay, so as far as the rest and digest go, okay, that was pretty obvious. And then the fight or flight, you know that one well. Okay, pouring sweat, eyes were dilated, heart was pounding, you felt like something bad was going to happen, you were nervous, you were anxious. That's the fight or flight. Okay, and so normally those two systems are in harmony with each other, and it's overseen by the opioid receptor. Okay, that's your toggle, that's your switch, that's what controls the which one you going with, fight or flight or rest and digest. Well, that decision is manifested through the opioid receptor. Didn't know that till we messed up the opioid receptors. How do we mess up the opioid receptors? We genetically poison them. We poison the DNA. All the genetic damage in all of our people. Okay, we ran the entire 3 billion base pairs on the people that we did our clinical trial. We ran all 3 billion base pairs. All the damage was pretty much located on 16 out of 3 billion addresses. Okay, and by the way, don't tell me we don't know what we're doing. Okay, we found the 16 addresses out of 3 billion. Okay, double check my math here, but you stack 3 billion pennies on top of each other, and it's like 900 miles high. Okay, somebody double check my math. It's like 900 miles high. Okay, compare that to 16 pennies stacked next to it. Okay, so we know what we're doing. Okay, we understand the science. Okay, we're not science deniers. We're not purveyors of misinformation. We're out here telling the truth. Okay. And we know what's happening to the people, and we understand that, the title of the book is pharmaceutical genocide. We understand 5 million are dead, which brings us to the image on the screen in front of you. Okay, if it wasn't for the fact that 5 million are dead, this would almost be comical. Okay, CDC, Center for Disease Control. Yeah, right. That's a joke. Center for Disease Control, CDC. Okay, and you can see that this is May 14th, 2025. Okay, so it's about half a year ago. Okay, and the CDC, they practically just located their shoulder, patting themselves on the back. Okay, congratulating themselves. Okay, U.S. overdose deaths decrease almost 27% in 2024. Okay, so big drop in opioid overdose deaths. Why? Because 5 million people are dead. Okay, here they are congratulating themselves over the fact that our people are being marched into extinction. Our people are being marched into extinction. And the CDC completely asleep at the wheel. I mean, incompetent beyond the pale. It just boggles the mind how incompetent they are. Okay, 5 million are dead. They didn't pick up on that at all. Okay, millions more genetically damaged. They didn't pick up on that at all. The genetic damage can be inherited by the children and grandchildren. They didn't pick up on that at all. Okay, and here they are congratulating themselves. Oh, we got the overdose deaths down. We beat the overdoses. No, you didn't. You sat on your butts while 5 million people died. And they're not out buying fentanyl anymore. Why aren't they out buying fentanyl anymore? Because they're dead. Okay, CDC, let me point out the obvious to you. Dead people don't buy fentanyl. Okay, if I had my crayons, okay, I could draw it out for you. Okay, if I had my crayons, I could explain it to you so that you could understand it, CDC. Okay, dead people don't buy fentanyl. Okay, now it's not that the fentanyl dealers are opposed to selling to dead people. Fentanyl dealers will sell to anybody. Okay, but the dead people don't have any money. They're dead. Okay, they died, CDC. You oversaw their deaths. And now here you are celebrating the fact that the U.S. overdose deaths have decreased by 27% in 2024. I mean, you are beyond clueless. You're beyond hope. When we do finally get a meeting with the president, our only recommendation for the CDC is cut their budget by 80%, start over. It's not fixable. Some things can be fixed and some can't. And you, CDC, cannot be fixed. Your level of misinformation, it cannot be reversed. Anyway, I'm over time today. Don't get me started on the CDC and or the FDA or HHS or, oh my gosh. Alex and I are going to get back to work. We're going to get this submission completed to the FDA. Okay. For those of you who have never done an FDA submission, we would compare it more to a root canal. Okay. If you've never undergone either an FDA submission or a root canal, then you have been truly blessed by God. And I recommend you go out and buy lottery tickets. Okay. But doing an FDA submission is it's a brutal process. They don't make it easy. Okay. And last one in, close the door. Okay. We're shoulder to shoulder with, the big boys and girls, Pfizer, Johnson and Johnson. Okay. Nobody wants to make it easy for the little guys. Okay. These guys, they have literally billions of dollars to spend. So they'll keep the process complicated to keep the little guys like us out. Even figuring out how to do it is it's a challenge even to figure it out. Anyway, I won't ramble. Thank you for your time. Don't forget to like and subscribe to us. Don't forget to post this podcast on your social media, everybody else's social media. Alex and I will be back tomorrow. Let us hear from you. Please let us hear from you. We like to get your emails and text. Okay. You've got our email address. You've got our text address. Okay. Let us hear from you. And we will be back tomorrow at 2:30. Everybody have a great day. Alex, thank you for everything. Bye-bye.